This Sunday. Every Sunday, side by side at the microphone for the green light to the speed trap. Chris Switzer and Ray Garino calls them as they sees them, and you better believe them. Here, relevant news, biased opinions, and outright bullshit regarding every aspect of automotive culture. Gas, mechanical trickery never before revealed over FCC-regulated airwaves. Thrill to the explosive tension as Chris and Ray cuss each other down the track and barrel roll across the finish line, laughing at certain disaster as they shake hands for the devil. All that and much more this Sunday at high noon on the MotorMouth Radio Hour. Call in and speak live with the Wizards of Speed and live feed, Chris Switzer and Ray Garino. Bring the whole family. Kids under 12 get in free. Every Sunday at noon on WHPC. Take the Long Island Expressway to the Meadowbrook Parkway and look for the sign saying no parking on the expressway and no express service on the parkway. Go right on Highway 24 to Garden City. $2 all-day parking includes pit pass. Sunday!
When I was back there in seminary school, there was a person there who put forth the proposition that you can petition the Lord with prayer. Petition the Lord with prayer. Petition the Lord with prayer.
Say it, Jim. Come on. You know.
You cannot petition the Lord with prayer.
You cannot, but I'll tell you what you can do. If you've tuned in to MotorMouth Radio, Long Island's only automotive talk show with your hosts, Chris Switzer and Ray Guarino, you can hear us proselytize and preach. And I'm here to do that today. Just like the good Reverend Jim, I am here to preach the word that we've been preaching for a few weeks now, and I want to drive it home. Chris, do you have any idea where I'm going to go with this?
No, I'm trying to figure out how to get the listeners back that we just lost.
Oh, come on, we have a lot of fans of Reverend Jim. No, this has been a topic on this show for quite a while now, and I got to put a nail in it right now because
nose hair.
I'm practicing what I preach. We've been talking about cars and buying cars and how new cars lately have been a real fiasco. I told you my niece has a brand new Mazda that's in the shop. Mike's truck flakes out on him. Story after story after story. And I've been telling people on the show and in my own private life, buy an older car. There's a whole movement now of people buying older trucks. Keith is doing this down in Florida.
Yeah, I totally believe it.
Keeping the older trucks going and, putting money in, like our good friend Gerard has a Silverado, and he's saying, you know what? I'm going to put a couple $1,000s into rust repair to keep the truck that I know and have that I've had since it's new, and I know everything else about it because now I have a solid vehicle.
Sure. Yeah. My Silverado has got 198,000 miles on it.
Okay.
And there's no rust on it, which is remarkable in itself.
Well, I did the same thing. I was, my wife and I were on the way to have some lunch.
Yes.
I stopped off at the shop to pick up a tool that I thought Pirate Paul needed. It ends up he didn't. Good thing I went because there's a car sitting there. Ronnie comes out and says, hey, would you look at this car? Look how beautiful this car is. It's gorgeous, this car. I'm like, yeah, this is nice. What the hell's it in for? There wasn't a fade in the paint. I mean, a couple little dings in the body, but
I like the Ronnie imitation. That was pretty good.
Best I can get. No faded paint, no damage. He goes, look at the interior. Look at these mats. He goes, we didn't even vacuum it. And I swear, this car looks like it rolled off the showroom floor.
What is this car that we're talking about?
A 95 Toyota Camry. And I said, whose car is this? And it was actually Mike's from the shop. It was his girlfriend's grandmother's car.
Okay.
Bought it
Of course
new,
it is.
Bought it new, garaged it ever since it was new.
Wow.
And then I think her son started driving it a little while ago when she didn't drive it. And now it's time to get rid of it. I said, so what are you doing? He goes, well, they had to replace a door handle, interior door handle. He goes, and yeah. He goes, we're going to sell it. He goes, this car's got to go to the right person. It's got to go to family. He goes, we can't let this go out to anybody because it's that unicorn, right?
Right. What do you remember the mileage on it at all?
Yeah, it's like about 130.
Oh, okay. So it's been used, which is good, but it's been maintained, I'm assuming, just by the way you're describing it.
I said, give me the key. Give me the key. I told my wife, just get out of the car. Get over here. So I said, we're going for a drive. We take the thing out. We cruise around. It drove straight. The brakes were fine. It didn't swerve. It didn't, no rattles. It was quiet. Everything about it. It's got a cassette and CD player in it.
Ooh, high tech.
I said, look at this. I came back and he says, what do you think? I said, yeah. I said, I'm taking it. It's mine. So we go to the bank, we take the money, we go to lunch. I go to see Mike. I said, I handed him an envelope. I said, here. He handed me the title. I said, okay, good. I got my new car. I have now bought a 31-year-old car. And guess what?
What?
It's safety inspection only because it's at 95.
So well, yeah.
5 out of my 7 cars now take safety inspections only. I went backwards.
But now, wait a minute. It doesn't have an airbag in it?
It has airbags, yes.
It has both passenger and driver, obviously driver, but it has a passenger as well.
Correct.
Son of a gun.
4-door, grandma car. But like I said, you get in this car, it was even, and it's got a tan interior, and the mats aren't even dirty. And like Ryan said, we didn't even vacuum it. I'm like, wow. Why would you? The thing doesn't even have a crumb in it.
So the cruise, I'm sure, is on the chopping block now.
Well, that's what my wife said. She goes, what are we going to get rid of? I said, well, this would be a great car to replace the cruise with. She goes, well, no, why don't you cut the Mazda loose? And I said, that's
a thought.
So that's what's happening. Now we're cutting the Mazda loose. Great. You know what? I have that car since 2005. 21 years of service. I put 80,000 miles on that car. It was only 3 years old when we got it.
That car owes you nothing.
No. Now that car, like the Toyota, is, also just a regular beater. It's a city car. But that car has rust now in the back over the wheel wells and all. That started.
Right.
And it is a little rattly and it's a little bit more noisy.
Sure.
But what do I care? That doesn't bother me. It's it's my beater. So I said, I have no problem, doing that. So I'll bring the Mazda to the shop. We're going to put a sign on that and I'll take the Toyota. So now I am the proud owner of a 31-year-old.
That's fantastic.
That was like, grandma's car. So that's why we start with the Reverend Jim preaching.
What a great...
I just want to let people know that now I'm practicing what I preach. You see, that's the thing here.
Good for you. I'm glad you did something that practicing what you're preaching and buying an older car. I think that's great.
Now there's 2 other stories here. The first one is, let me run this down quick. It was in today's paper. New car prices on the average are up 12.6% from last year.
I believe it.
And that average price of a new vehicle is, do you have a guess?
I would say anywhere from $40,000 to $50,000.
Bingo, $50,000, which is up 30% in the last 6 years. Mm-hmm. And that makes average monthly payments for people with new cars roughly $775. Is that ridiculous? I mean, I used to pay rent for like $250 a month, $200 a month in an apartment.
I remember in my younger days that was a mortgage payment.
That too. So cars selling for under $30,000 now are down. Okay, let me get this right. The amount of cars selling for under 30,000 new cars is down 40% to 30. There were 40% of the cars under 30,000. Now it's 13% over the last 5 years. So that segment is decreased because, as the article goes on to say, sticker prices have been increasing because since automakers discovered Americans are willing to pay more for higher, more expensive SUVs and pickups. Everybody's got the giant vehicle out there, right? Sure. Mm-hmm. And that brings the company more profit on the higher level vehicles.
Of course it does, sure.
But the other segment of the market, those smaller cars like the Camrys and those little Mazdas, they've decreased. Mm-hmm. So, we kind of, the American people, we've done it to ourselves, so to speak, because
we always do.
Right. So, so that's where we're at, and so I brought the Mazda today for its last trip to the radio station, and next week, the new old car will be out in the lot. I'll blend in with everybody else with a silver Camry with a tan interior.
Oh, it's silver, no less.
It's like a silver, almost like a champagne-y color. It's like I think it has a tint of something in it to offset that tan interior.
You're going to have to put flames on this thing.
I know. I'm going to put a tiger on the roof. I have to do something. I don't know what yet. But anyway, If you want to call and get in on this and maybe tell us how you were influenced by our wacky decisions, give us a call live, 516-572-7440, or text us at...
You can text us at 203-670-4127. The number still holds, but not for long. But you know what's funny, Ray? Because now this is what I found. Decisions like this affect this program. Because now you have one less unreliable vehicle to discuss on this program. You have a reliable vehicle, and you're going to say, oh, maybe I hung a Christmas tree air freshener on the rearview mirror. Oh, I used this little shiny product on my Toyota, because it's always going to be running.
Well, I'll tell you this, and you may be, hopefully you're right. You know, we opened the hood, and Ronnie and I were looking, and I said, look, the alternator right here, the AC compressor. By the way, I called Mike while I was test driving the car. I said, hey, I'm test driving Grandma's car. He says, oh, well, what do you think? He says, I've driven that car. It's great. I'm like, yeah, Mike. I said, well, it's coming home with me. So he says, you know, the AC in that car blows ice cold. I said, wait a minute. So I pull over, and I just figure out the controls. There's the AC switch, and there's a slide switch for, and it went thunk. So it's got a mechanical, everything is analog. It's like, oh, perfect. Put the fan on, crank up, and my wife's like, hey, this is getting cold. I'm like, beauty. So there was the alternator right up top, the AC compressor right there. The starter is on top of the engine.
It is.
Yeah, it's on top. That's got the 4-cylinder, the 2.2 that kind of lays back.
Nice motor.
So Ronnie says, how's it to change spark plugs? I'm like, look, on the valve cover, 1, 2, 3, 4.
They're right there.
The engine has a distributor, and that had been changed. They had put from what I can see so far, they've done a radiator, a distributor, and tires, and that's and that's pretty much about it. So I got to see if a timing belt was done. I may be taking the front of the motor apart.
Oh, it doesn't have a chain?
I think that's got a belt. I do think so.
Okay.
I have to verify. You know, I had to order a manual, believe it or not, off Amazon. I had to order a Haynes manual. I don't have one.
Undercarriage is good. It's not rusty or anything like that.
Honestly, I haven't been under it. And I believe from what I see up top. So I was going to go, we went to a Cars and Coffee yesterday. Kevin and I and Rick went to the Corvette Society with Stan and the guys. Right. We did a Cars and Coffee. And my plan was to come home early, and I was going to shoot over to the shop and maybe throw it up on the lift. I want to do a brake flush. But my order, I had to order my fluids from Walmart online, because I went to the store Friday and they didn't have the fluid. They didn't have the oil filter.
Wow.
Yeah, that ties into another story I want to talk about.
Okay.
Sounds
good.
We'll get into that.
But yeah, this is a great deal. What you're doing. But what happens? The reason why I say it affects the show is because now you don't have an unreliable vehicle to talk about on the program.
But we do have reliable callers. So let's say, hi, caller. You're on with the MotorMouths.
Chris and Ray. Hey, gentlemen.
Hey, Bob.
Robert.
Hey, guys.
What's
up?
When
are you doing the fundraiser?
Next week is our 2-hour fundraiser extravaganza.
Yes.
Is Rob Leonard going to work the board?
No, I'll be working the board. Oh, you mean the phone board?
Yeah.
Well,
maybe.
I'll tell you something. I don't know God only knows, but I'll tell you this, Bob. You know, Rob does something interesting on his show. He takes a fundraiser request, and he'll have somebody come in and be a guest DJ with him.
Right. And he also signs body parts, but that's beside the point.
His own. But Bob, you already have a couple of years in the bank of offers to come in here and be a guest co-host. So just remember that. You don't have to pay anything. You're already due.
Thanks, guys. That's great. I wanted to add to your story, and I'm not gloating, okay?
Shoot, go on.
Because it's a great story that you found that Camry. And that's, it could be a Camry, it could be a Torino, it could be a Honda.
Right.
The point is that's something that you don't really want to pass up.
No.
Right.
Okay, so I'll just tell you a story. So my college roommate dad had a Camry in his garage out in Islip Terrace.
Mm-hmm.
And I kept my eyes on it. And then it came up. And my roommate, he was driving around for a year or so, but then he wanted to get into another vehicle. I said, sell me the Camry.
Uh-huh.
Right? Okay. So he goes, well, you already got a couple cars. I said, sell me the Camry. Sold me the Camry. And one of my best friends went through a divorce and needed a car.
Right.
So I took the Camry, brought it down to my guy. I said, do everything. Do brakes, do tires, whatever it needs, do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I gave it to the dad who was struggling.
Okay.
Right.
Nice.
That was nice of you, Bob. That was good.
Very good.
You know, he's got that car that you got.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
You know, and we like nothing fancy.
No, exactly.
You know, runs great, and it is a 4-door.
Yep.
You can put the child seat in the back.
Sure.
That was great, Bob. You gave him peace of mind.
Yeah, and he needed a peace of mind.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know,
that was nice.
Hey, and you know what? That's what we do. We like to help people out, and if I knew someone who needed the car more than me, yeah, I would have flipped it to them too. But I figured, hey, let me preserve it, and I'll put it in my meager collection. And
right, and it even got paid for with the mechanic. He's like, this is the number. I said, it can't be the number. He goes, you want to do the service? I said, he goes, no. He goes, I know what you're doing. He goes, just give me this number. And you know what I mean? So the mechanic did right. My roommate did right. I did okay. And now
everybody's happy.
4-door.
So let me now that I'm going to be driving a 95 Camry, can you tell me where I can get a good pair of white shoes and white belt? Because I'll be going to dinner at 4:00, so I got to be attired correctly.
And you know what's funny too, because I was thinking about that yesterday watching golf. The white shoes and the white pants.
Yeah.
And he needs a beige fedora.
I have a beige fedora. That I have. I have 2 beige fedoras.
Okay.
My daughter and her boyfriend went to a birthday party for a friend's father yesterday. It was a golf and cigar themed party. So they both wore white pants and like with a green shirt. Like, oh, how stylish.
Yeah, that's perfect. So I had one suggestion for an item that you could put on the car. It drives my wife out of her mind.
Okay.
And that is...
Wow.
Oh, God.
This sounds good.
I put mud flaps on our cars.
Oh, geez.
I put mud flaps on the trucks.
Wow. Yeah.
I put mud flaps on she gets she gets the car, whatever. I'm just saying she gets a car, and then when I bring it in for service, I'm like, hey Ronnie, throw some mud flaps on there. He goes, yeah, that looks good.
They are practical. I tell you, when I bought when I bought the Mazda 3, I put them on the Mazda 3, really to protect the car, because I knew I was going to drive it in the winter, to protect it from, and a couple of them, they actually ripped off. They didn't stay, really. I had trouble with them, so I ended up taking them off. But yeah, that's a cool idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm just jazzed. I got a cassette and a CD player. I'm like, yeah, baby.
That in itself that in itself is like, I'm what do you want for that? Give me the car.
I know, right? Listen, I know I can flip this thing in a second if I wanted to. Because like I said, there's not even a fade on the paint. It is because it was garaged. All of its life is so.
That's great.
Yeah.
So I actually want to look into. I'm going to talk to Mike. I want to look into having it ceramic coated, because I'm going to keep it outside. I want to do the Cruise, the Camry, and the FJ. I want to do them all. So.
Wow. Does the Camry have does it have that nice center console?
It does have a center console. It's not elaborate because it's got a floor shift center console.
Sure.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
Well, that center console is nice and deep.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't really investigate it yet. Yeah. I just didn't.
Well, that's where we keep things. That's where we keep things we don't need.
Like the 45.
Either that or a 9 works.
That's good. Yeah. That's plenty of those. All right. Well, thank you, Bob. Thanks for the comments. I always appreciate it. And tune in next week for the fundraiser.
You guys are
and remember,
great.
you got a spot here. You ever want to come in and be a guest third co-host for the show? You have a spot. You do.
You guys are great.
All right. At any time, Bob. All right.
Take care, Bob.
All right. That's Bob. 516-572-7440. Follow us on social media, MotorMouth Radio on X and Facebook. And we're real_MotorMouth Radio on Instagram, where you'll see pictures from the shows that we do. Last week's are up there, and you'll see this.
Sure. Looking at them now.
Okay. Yeah. Did you see the Matco clip that I told you about?
I did.
Very cool.
See it. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah. Where it literally looks like a blade, like a switchblade that was just cut off. There's no blade, obviously. And it's got a groove in it. And I'm sure that's used to pop any sort of panel tabs.
Well, that's what I was saying. It's fashioned after a knife.
Yeah,
So
anything
also,
that anything will break easily if you go pry on it with a standard screwdriver.
And that's a good piece of metal. So let's go back to the phones and say, caller, you're on with the MotorMouths.
How you guys doing? It's Mike.
Hey, Mike, what's up?
What's up, Mike?
What's going on? I hear you talking about your new purchase here. I can see you grinning from here, right?
Oh, Mike, you know how happy I am about this car. I couldn't get to you fast enough with the money. It's like,
I'm in the Catskill Mountains. I can see you smile from here, right?
All right. So listen, did you hear my last comment? I'm thinking about. I want to talk to you about ceramic coating. Ceramic finish.
We'll do it. No problem at all.
I want to do the Toyota because it's a shame to not have that car protected. I just watched the video guy, Studio Hot Rods. He does he took a Chevelle, a 69 Chevelle, and taped it off in 3 longitudinal sections. The middle section he left original, the way the paint was. The left side they prep buffed and waxed, and the right side he ceramic coated. He didn't believe in it. He goes, I think this is horse pucky. I don't believe in it. They put the car out in the rain. And the wax side, of course, beat it up nicely.
Sure.
But on the ceramic side, it did what Rain-X does. The water just found other water globules and sheeted off in big chunks. And he goes, you know what? He goes, I got to say, I think I'm wrong. I think this stuff is. And he said, I wouldn't do it on one of these cars. You guys have hot rods, garage queens. They get garaged and covered. No, don't waste your time on that. Use a spray wax. Do this on your daily driver that's outside. And I said, you know what? The Cruise, the Toyota, the FJ needs it. Kevin's looking at his wife's car. So, Mike, we got to talk about ceramic.
Yeah, makes sense.
You got Nick. Nick is the resident ceramic guy at the shop. He's got his Mustang done. He's got his Tesla done. He's got them all ceramic up, and it is amazing. He just takes the water, and if his car is dirty, he hoses it off, and you could even dry your car with water, as silly as that sounds, because the water just beads and grabs the rest of the water and pushes it right off.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. All right. Well, we will talk because I want to have. We're gonna get a group price here because.
Yeah. Go out of the garage, put the Camry in the garage. That can sit outside.
Yeah. Actually, my friend Rick with the Mustangs and the Vet, he was thinking about it too. So I got a lot of work for Nick if he's interested in working.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Yeah.
Very
listen.
cool.
This like I mean, you've picked up plenty of cars like that. When you see something like that, and I think it just goes to the fact of being in the right place at the right time. If it was the next day, that car would have had a sign on it, and it probably would have been gone.
Yeah, what were you doing down there picking up a tool, and then all of a sudden you walked out with a car?
And it ended up that Paul didn't need the tool after all. But I said, you know what? Fortuitous, man. I tell you that if we didn't stop, I would have been kicking myself.
You were there for a reason.
Something brought me there. So yeah. So phenomenal.
Very good.
Yeah. So how's everything up in the Catskills?
It's good. We're just stopping at the old Walmart here, picking up a battery for your other favorite car, the '69 Firebird.
That's the next title that I want transferred over to me.
You got to call the other Mike for that one.
I know. Got to work on him. He's a little tougher. Mike, you're a much easier car salesman. I tell you, that's you make the deals really easy for people. The senior is a little tougher to deal with, but
you're the best kind of buyer because I didn't even have to get out of my office chair. I poke my head up and I see Ray, and he's got an envelope with the money, and I said, "What's going on?" He says, "I'm here to pay you."
And then
you love sales like that.
And then he just kind of whipped out, handed me an envelope. He goes, "Here's the title." I'm like, "Oh, geez, that's great."
I love stuff like that.
Right,
nice and easy.
That was it. I wish they could all go that smooth.
So yeah, like we spoke about, I do want to see if we can get any service records for that car because I want to see if a timing belt was done. Otherwise, I'll be taking the front of the engine apart.
No problem. We'll get the service records for you. We got a stack of them somewhere, a few inches tall.
Beautiful. Hopefully, it didn't hit the fireplace yet.
No.
All right. So you're gonna go over to my favorite diner up there?
Which one is that?
Is it Mike's? Yeah, Mike's.
Oh, Mike's Diner. Yeah, they just reopened. Actually, we just passed them by yesterday, and
okay.
They reopened, and it looks good. There's a lot happening up here in the Catskills. You got to take a ride up. Maybe we eat a new Camry.
Sure. Why not? Road car.
That's it.
Yeah, actually, we'll be going up to Rhinebeck May 1st. We'll be going up to Rhinebeck for the swap meet. So,
great.
Yeah, we're going to do that again this year. So that's Englishtown is going on again this year too, Chris. Believe it or not. I think Paul is going. I said I don't know about E-Town, but Rhinebeck is definitely that's what I want to do.
Yeah, let me know if you're going for sure. I'll tag along.
We are planning as of yesterday. The plan is yes, we're going to go. We're going to be going. So
all right, cool.
Yeah, I'll keep in touch.
Very good.
All right. Very good, Mike.
Have a good day, and I'll send you some photos of the Firebird to make you jealous.
Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it. Talk to you soon.
Take care, Mikey.
Bye-bye. Yes, that's Mike Jr. clocking in. Very good.
Yes, always good to hear from him.
Yeah,
that's so funny to hear the grin from ear to ear because you bought a car that is more accompanying with white pants and white shoes and maybe a golf bag.
Right.
in the
31, and Paul said, thank you. You're welcome. He's right, because if it wasn't for that, if it wasn't for me having to go, and I mean, I stopped by the shop for other stuff too, but it was that day, that time, and the car wasn't ready because I had to change that door handle. I don't know why. So that's what Ryan said. He was good if you go to Limerick. He goes, if you go to Limerick, pick up the door handle, bring it back. I'm like, okay, I'll be the parts runner.
This is something you have to watch on those mid-90s Camrys. Plastic brakes.
Right.
Simple as that. Plastic brakes. The door handle, the outside door handle on any cold day will end up in your hand. Once you pull it, there it is.
The car comes with 2 brand new right side interior door handles.
Okay.
Why, you ask? Because they ordered it and they sent the wrong one. So they ordered it again. They sent the wrong one twice. So the third time, I'm like, why don't you send these back? He's like, they're not a lot of money. He says, and Mike was telling me, anything you buy for that car is like $30. You want brakes?
Yeah.
It's like, they give you the part. But I couldn't find an oil filter in Walmart, which really,
I believe it.
So there's another story that I want to talk about. Let me do it real quick, and then I know after the break you got something you want to talk about.
I want to jump in with something as well.
I saw a video recently, and this guy was talking about, as of September 2025, a company called First Brands Company filed Chapter 11. He says, so why do you, because no one knows what First Brands sells, right? Well, you do if you're watching this. First Brands it's a company that acquires other companies, like many of them do. They have acquired, before that, Fram filters, Autolite spark plugs, Trico wipers, and Raybestos brakes. He says, so if you're seeing a lack of those products on the shelf, which I couldn't find a 2.2-liter Toyota oil filter. He goes, it's because First Brands fired Chapter 11. So
really?
Now this is the problem. The main company, like Fram, you never worried about them. But when they were acquired by somebody else, when that place goes out, now what does Fram do? They're owned by them. I guess they can't get... So he says, if you see a lack of parts, which I just saw, this is why. So this is, again, the new model, the way things are working in the business world with acquisitions and mergers and takeovers and whatnot. I had to get my oil filter from Walmart online. I ended up buying a Bosch. I got a Bosch filter.
Which is a fine filter.
It is.
Not a problem.
Yes.
Not a
problem.
I
figured, usually you go out, I go to 7-Eleven. I used to you get small block Chevy rods and pistons next to the moon pies.
Yeah, right.
You can get like a Chrysler intake manifold. They put it back by the by
it's
the
right
coffee.
there. Yeah, you can get a Chrysler alternator, no problem, right?
They have the oil filter displays next to the air fresheners. It's like, oh, because this stuff is so damn
next to the Matchbox cars, yes.
So his thought was now to stock up. He's not hoard. I'm not telling people to hoard. But if you have a car, he goes, have like 2 or 3 oil filters lined up for your future things. And
it's a smart idea. It's just a smart idea in general.
And I've always done that. Mm-hmm. So the other thing we're going to do is, it's the bottom of the hour. We're going to take our break. I will tell you.
I just got here.
I know. It's time. I look at the WHPC weather window and I see that we are sponsored by our weather with Pantano's Gourmet, with locations in Hewlett and Uniondale. Today it's beautiful. It's a sunny day, becoming partly cloudy, high of 53. Maybe I'll have the cigar this afternoon that I didn't have yesterday at the Cars and Coffee. I gave the other one I was carrying to my daughter's boyfriend to go to the cigar thing, so here I gave a good one away. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a few showers after midnight, low near 45. Tomorrow, cloudy, high 66, and then it'll be warmer throughout the week. So that is our HPC weather. I have a quick little read here. The Art of Heaven, yes, and uplifting. This is a show that's on Wednesdays at 10 p.m. on this station.
On this station.
90.3 WHPC. It's an uplifting, faith-based show playing Christian worship music mixed with hip-hop, R&B, gospel, rock, and reggae. Kind of like me playing Reverend Jim to start the show.
Kind of like this program, yes.
And Reverend Jim's going to take us into our break, too. That's another.
Oh, can't wait for that.
So I know you can't. So with that in mind, do we have an honor group of the hour?
We do. The MotorMouth Radio Honor Group of the Hour this week goes to those who still have a box, maybe a drawer, maybe a whole shelf filled with assorted accessories pulled from your very first car. The fuzzy dice, the worn shift knob, the radio that almost worked, the air freshener they gave up years ago, but somehow still hangs on. These aren't just parts, they're souvenirs from late night drives, first repairs, and the maintaining of a lifelong obsession. You may not have the car anymore, but you've got just enough pieces left to turn a pile of random parts into a proudly preserved time capsule of questionable usefulness. So, if you still have remnants of what you've pulled from your first car, you are part of the MotorMouth Radio Honor Group of the Hour this week.
Nice. And you're right. That was something else I had to do, clean out the car.
Oh, yeah, the Mazda.
Like you, I don't keep my life's work in my cars.
I keep nothing in my car.
No brushes. There's always stuff that you got to do.
Yeah, a handful of things.
It's always kind of a sad thing to take that stuff out. Like, I'm sending you out to pasture, old girl. So, what do you want to do? So anyway, we'll take our quick break. We'll be back with more, and we're going to go out again with Reverend Jim. Like he says, tell all the people. Tell them all to buy an older car because that's what we do here on 90.3 WHPC.
And you do know that Mazda is going to end up sitting in front of a Domino's delivering pizzas.
I hope.
Next couple of weeks.
All right. Back with more MotorMouth Radio in a minute. Keep it where you got it on 90.3 WHPC. Take it, Jim.
Tell all the people that you see, follow me down. Tell all the people that you see.
We'll be back with answers to your car questions. Give us a call at 516-572-7440. Oh, I should have said the MotorMouth thing.
It's a call-studded program. We do have another caller on the line. Caller, identify yourself.
Anthony, I called those guys with the cars one time.
Oh, nice. The MotorMouth guys.
Oh, yeah, those good old boys.
There you are. Anthony, where are you calling from?
I'm in Freeport. Yeah, this morning I miss it. My boss was, every time I turn on, he turns it off. I say, whoa. Yo, you better, I give him a karate chop.
That's right.
Give him a karate chop.
Give him an F5. Give him an F5.
I love it.
Later, dudes.
It's a pleasure, bro. Take it easy. That
was amazing.
My favorite caller
of all time.
Maybe all time. I have heard him with the MotorMouth guys. That's why I recognize them a little.
This show on 90.3 WHPC is brought to you by CarStar Celebrity Chase Collision, with 2 locations in Limerick and Oceanside, who remind you that New York state law says you always have the right to choose which shop will fix your car. CarStar Celebrity Chase Collision offers a full range of services, 24-hour towing between Montauk and Manhattan, shuttle service, and they can help you with a rental car arrangement if needed. All repairs include the CarStar Lifetime Nationwide Warranty, ensuring that the experts at Celebrity Chase Collision are always on your side.
Y sí, hablamos español.
More information is available at 516-593-0920 or online at celebritychasecollision.com.
Get over here. Every Sunday, 12 to 1, you are going to tune in to hear the MotorMouths, my friends Ray Guarino and Chris Switzer. 90.3 FM, WHPC. You might learn something.
Tell all the people that you see will be free.
Yeah, we'll be free driving our old cars, so follow me down that path, brothers and sisters. I'm telling you, it is Preaching Sunday today. We should have done this last week.
Reverend Ray.
Yeah, what can I tell you? I'm kind of jazzed,
You sounded. You totally sounded.
And I tell you
just to let you know, we got a text from Mikey Tats at 203-670-4127. He said he had a 94 Camry V6. Car ran like a champ, bought it with 150K on the odometer, and sold it many years later with 260 on the dash with no issues whatsoever. And of course, Jim sent us a text as well saying that he still has his SS Grill emblem off his first Camaro. So he saved some things. So he is also part of the MotorMouth Radio Honor Group of the Hour. But I have to bring this up.
Okay.
Let me explain something. I had to do something yesterday I have never done. I had to walk into an O'Reilly's auto parts store.
I would love to get into an O'Reilly's.
Now, I've always felt O'Reilly's to me was always like, from judging from the outside looking in, it was an automotive chain store that was probably on steroids.
Okay, fair enough.
And this is what I did. I walked in now you walk into that vestibule, just like every other chain store. You open up the front door and you walk into like a room of glass, and then you open up the second door to get into the store. Well, I open up the second door and you hear the world's loudest doorbell. Bung goes off. And of course, bung. And of course, both of the employees pop their heads up and say, "Good evening, welcome to O'Reilly's."
Where is the O'Reilly's by you, by the way?
Oh, it's on 111 in Monroe.
Okay.
So I'm startled.
Right. Oh no.
Already.
Hold on.
I just, I like to sneak into auto parts stores. You can't do that here.
I usually like to sneak out. That's why they follow you.
You don't pay, yeah.
Block cameras, yeah.
So I walk in, and I explain the part that I need, and we're going through the motions, and of course, bung goes off again, and in comes this couple, and they go stand behind me they're like in aisle 1 by the glass, and you hear them arguing. They're going, "I've done my research. I know what I'm going to buy. I know what this is." And the man goes, "No, you don't know what you're doing. You got to buy this." "No, I know what I'm doing." Now they're arguing back and forth, and they're working their way behind me as I'm discussing the part I need to buy. They get almost directly behind me, and they're still arguing. And the guy I'm dealing with at the counter looks up and says, "Can I help you with anything?" And they say, "Yes, we're looking for car cleaning soap."
Okay. Okay.
I'm like, what?
Yeah. Right.
They're arguing over this. While that's going on, there's a guy being helped. He's purchasing a car battery, and he's arguing with the kid. And when I say kid, he must have been about 17 years old behind the counter. And he's arguing with him about cold cranking amps compared to hot cranking amps. And the kid is telling him, well, they get more cold cranking amps in the battery. And if you want more cold cranking amps, you have to buy a bigger battery. And this is going on.
Wow.
As well.
You have a very argumentative bunch up there. You people need to chill out a little bit, Connecticut. Jeez.
What in the world is going on? So I buy my part, and I'm ready to wrap it up. And the guy goes, "Would you like to be in the system? Would you like to get into the system?" So I went, "Yeah, I'd love to get into the system. I need more material like this." And he just looked at me.
He looked a part-time job there is what you
talk about. You were driving a boring car. I'm walking into O'Reilly's Auto Parts. You're losing material. I'm finding it.
I tell you, I go to the auto parts stores and I get like the guys, like 5 guys that just smoked a pound of ganja in their cars. There's clouds over everybody, and like, yeah, can I help you? What do you need? Wait a minute, man. Hold on. So that's what I get down here. It's like.
So this guy tells me, he says, "Well, take your name and your email and give me the make and model of your car." He says, "And this is it. I bought a part for the truck." So he said, "I'm putting the truck in the system. So you can walk in the next time you're in O'Reilly's. And when someone yells at you, 'Welcome to O'Reilly's,' you could walk in and you don't have to give them the make and model of your vehicle. You could just say, 'Go to my automotive list and you will find my car.'" I'm like,
on Rock Auto. Then again, when you tell them you need brake pads, they still may say, "Well, what color is it?"
You're right. So I'm looking at the guy. I said, "That's fantastic."
Yeah, they got you in the system. I mean, all of them online have that. I have my cars registered even on Amazon and on Rock Auto. I have my garage, so to speak.
Ray, who is going to walk into an auto parts store and not remember the make and model of their vehicle?
You'd be surprised. The people are, they probably argue over Palmolive at home. The soap idiots.
Oh yeah, the soap couple,
or the battery guy. Listen.
I wanted to turn around and tell the people, get some dish soap from the Aldi up the road.
I want to squeeze this in. I thought we were going to be off today because we had already said we were going to do our fundraising.
Yeah, true.
But today, and I was going to go to this event, but I didn't. Today is the Long Island Slot Car Show at the Huntington Hilton. It's still going on, so you can get in there. It's $10 to get in at the Huntington Hilton on Route 110 or Broad Hollow Road, and you can find slot cars or AFX Auroras, whatever you like. And
right.
So yeah, just wanted to slip that in. But
listen.
In auto parts stores in general, see the one by me it's a hardcore. I call it a hard parts store, like Hard Parts South Bronx. It's a hard parts store. Meaning
it is.
They have the real down and dirty hard parts, and they know what they are and they know how to sell them. Across the street, there's an Advance Auto. Yeah, I go in there if I need an air freshener or a manual, something pedestrian.
Matchbox car.
Right. So when you're now O'Reilly's, I always thought it had a very good reputation as a good parts store. Like I said, I've never been in one. Don't have them.
Mind you, the place was spotless. You had to see it. You could almost eat off the floor. Everything, all the product was fronted. The place was well lit. I was amazed at how clean it was, and I'm thinking to myself, it's almost like, what is that statement? A clean desk is the sign of
a sick mind.
A clean auto parts store to me is like falls under the same guys. Like,
well, listen,
it just goes on here. Nothing.
They have management that's putting the dictum down. Look, it's not like Coney Island Auto Parts. Right? I've been in Coney Island Auto Parts. I have
that place, and I'm sure that place is still going.
And
I haven't set foot in that
Auto Parts. You want to go back?
Yeah. I haven't set foot in that hole in about 10 years.
So O'Reilly has a corporate image like the Napa stores, I think, that's very good. And I think it's, like I said, I haven't been in one. I'd love to because I think they have a great selection. I'd like to see the stuff they have. But so
but do you want to know what I bought?
Yeah, what did you buy? What was the part?
I bought an exhaust pipe gasket.
Okay. From exhaust pipe to manifold.
From the I guess you could say the exhaust manifold to the muffler. There.
Wait a minute, from exhaust manifold. Between the manifold and the muffler, there's got to be a pipe.
There is a pipe.
So it's between the pipe and the muffler.
Right, the pipe and the muffler.
So it had like a three stud flange?
Two stud.
Okay. And it was a regular gasket, not a
it's not a like a Velcro.
Was it like a silvery? Yeah. So it was like it would have been asbestos coated.
Right. In the old days. It's gray. It could still be asbestos. But of course I take the truck out yesterday and I just leave the driveway. I'm 30 feet from my house and the truck goes, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I knew exactly what it was.
How is it getting those nuts off?
That is something I am going to attempt after this program.
Well, you have the right tool.
Which is
what? I think you're going to use it, the inductor.
Well, the bolts have literally severed, but on one side, the nut and the threads are still attached to it.
Yeah, okay, so you're on a different level.
But the other side has, I think it's the round, I can't say round nut, but it's a round nut that must be knurled into
it's like a knurled stud. So I mean, that would pop, but you don't have any support in it. That's going to be tough.
It will.
That's going to be tough. I mean, you could try to bang it out, but it's rusted. You may have to drill it out.
I'm tempted to drill.
I think you're going to have to drill. Make sure you got good sharp drill bits.
Yeah, I got some things.
And sharpen them for you because I know how to do that. I tell you got to buy a set of those drill bits. Like, Matco sells them. Matco Man Brian has them. I always forget the name of them. They're the extra. They have the extra ridges on the front. They're hyperstep bits. You can drill through a brake rotor with these things. I mean, they are so. And now they have the second version. Matco just released the second version of that tool. Phenomenal. I mean, I have a set, and I have an off-brand. I didn't buy the Matco ones. I have an off-brand set, and I keep them under my regular drill bits. I still go for the regular ones when I have to do something pedestrian, and I'm saving those for those special jobs. Like when I put the toe tabs on my car and I had to drill through the chassis.
Oh, yeah, that's a drag.
No, it wasn't. No issues. I mean, and I'm like, wow, really? Like, yeah, wow, really? That's how they work.
I actually have a good set of drill bits, but they're not of a name brand or anything.
They don't have to be.
And
they
the
just
funny
have
thing
to
is,
be sharpened correctly.
I'm going to probably wear them out.
Yeah.
I'll
you
ruin
want
the
like a
whole
metal,
set on this
you
job.
want like a 135-degree angle, which is the correct angle for doing metal. And you want to start with a very small drill. So I would imagine that stud is like, if it's not metric, it's maybe like a quarter, 5/16.
It's around there. It's
So you
around
want
that
to start, I would recommend starting with an 1/8-inch drill bit. Okay, just to tie this in, what I did
Tell me.
last week when I changed that the trunk switch on the Cruise, which works phenomenally. I put the pictures up.
Yeah, saw them.
It's that chrome piece is plastic, and where the license plate lights attach, they each have 2 screws. Well, by early delving into that, I was taking it apart, and one of those screws snapped. The head snapped off. Like, oh. So now when I took it out of the car and had it on the bench, I saw it's all plastic. A steel screw broke off in the plastic, not into metal.
Oh, geez.
So I got a grinding tool on my die grinder. Went in there and kind of ground it flat, and I took I think I started with a 16th-inch drill bit. And I got my smallest hand drill that I had. It's a snap-on drill. And center punched it, put it in a little vise, and I center drilled it, and then actually was able to drill it with the next bit. And now, mindful that I'm dealing steel that's in plastic.
Yeah,
I fully expected it to but it didn't. I was able to drill it a couple times, and then I had stainless steel screws I was using, and the stainless steel screw worked its way in. So you always have to start with a small drill, 16th or like in your case, an 1/8. And those are the ones you probably don't have in the drill box because they're already broken.
It's true.
But no, I say, listen, you can buy, and you should do this even on Amazon. The body guys use them. It's a double-sided drill bit, 1/8 inch. Or maybe 16th. Mike, if I'm wrong, correct me. I think it's an 1/8 inch. And what they do is they drill out spot welds with it. And they go through them. It's double-sided because they got to flip it. They use them so often, it's like chiclets in a body shop. Okay. But if you have a couple at home, they'll last you like forever so it's got a real sharp end on it. I should put a picture of that up today. I'll put a picture on this week's stuff. So it's very sturdy. It doesn't, like a regular drill bit can walk and snap. It's a hefty shaft, and the drilling end of it is very short and sturdy, so it doesn't walk and snap. And that would be excellent if you could get one of those.
Yeah, I do. Any type of like 1/8 drill bit, I try and back it into the chuck as much as I can, so not to create any length that will get it to wobble and eventually snap. So I try and bring it back into the chuck so you only have a little bit of the drill bit showing.
So like I said, other people, take a look later on our social media. Look at Instagram or Facebook. I'll have the pictures up sometime this afternoon, this evening, definitely by tomorrow. And I'll put a picture of that drill bit up, and you'll see that the shaft of it is a lot thicker than a regular drill bit. And then the end of it is just neck down to that to do that drilling work. It is like almost indestructible. I mean, you'll wear it out with multiple uses of drilling. Right. I've never resharpened one. I'm sure you can, but it's not going to wobble and snap like an 1/8 inch drill. It is that much sturdier. That would be.
Well, I'm going to start this job with the engine on the Explorer running, because I know the second I break a drill bit, I'm going to have to get in the car and drive over to the store, come back. So.
Well, listen, O'Reilly, I don't know. I think O'Reilly, I know they're very well stocked. Maybe they sell that type of a drill bit in Body Supply. I don't know. That's kind of hardcore. I know like the guys get those from the Body Supply shops, and the tool guys have them, of course.
Well, I either have O'Reilly's or I have Harbor Freight, one or the other.
I don't think Harbor Freight would have those. I don't think so. I don't know. I've never looked for them there, so I don't know. It is kind of a specialty bit, and like I said, the body shops are the guys that use those. But like I said, you have a couple of them at home, they'll last you forever. And they're very, very good. Good stuff.
Yeah, I'm the guy that, me, I'll eat drill bits.
I know. And that's why I said this one you won't break. So what you also won't break is our tradition. Next week, of course, we are doing our 2-hour fundraiser. So we'll be on from 12 to 2 next week.
Yes, 2 hours. 2 fun-filled hours of this program. Can you imagine?
Then the following week, we will be off because Rob will be doing his fundraiser.
Right. He'll be signing body parts.
Then I think that brings us into the beginning of May, which is fine. We'll be here the beginning of May, but then the 10th is Mother's Day, the second week of May, and we'll be doing our Mother's Day extravaganza a little different this year.
We are. I'm very excited about this.
I am too. We basically both took the cheap and easy way out and said, all right, the hell with it. So
which is what we do best.
Well, truthfully, we haven't had as many good or callers in general or guests to cull clips from, and that's who we would focus on Mother's Day. So I mean, we do have some good stuff and it's in the bank. I hate to lose it. We're not going to lose it. I mean, we both have the files. We should use it for something someday. I don't know what.
Oh, we will.
But so we have that. But yeah, we're going to do something a little different. I think people will like it. I know I like it already. So that'll be Mother's Day, and I'll be actually traveling. I'll be down south. I have to go to both the Carolinas, so I'll be bouncing around. And and then we'll be back on track, whatever. So that's it. So
I am probably just going to be home with my wife, aka my daughter's mother.
Is that what you call her? I'm sure she likes that. Yeah,
she does.
That's nice.
So yeah, it's gonna be one of those, and I'm working on a bunch of projects that we'll be talking about in the future. So
I just get a notification here, arriving around 12:55 p.m. Your Walmart order will be I like I said, I was going to go and put the car in the lift yesterday to work on it, but I didn't have the oil or the filter. Right. The oil came yesterday, but the filter didn't, and the brake fluid. I had a gallon of brake fluid, so I could do a full flush. But
good.
Yeah. Oh, Mike says to me that Walmart has filters in Catskill. Yeah, D1 is the high capacity and N1 is a normal capacity. Oh, let's see in the price.
Because no one has Camrys in the Catskills.
Yeah, $7. I don't know. The Borscht Belt? I don't know. What do you think? I don't know. I don't know about that, but
they're all four-wheel drive Honda CRVs.
I have to take a ride up to the Catskills. That Walmart was a good one. I've been in the Walmart in Caro, and they had a sporting.
They sell rifles there.
Yes, they had a sporting goods section. I have a picture of it. A wall of ammo, and they had rifles. I'm like, yeehaw, buddy.
Yeah, I've been in those Walmarts.
Yeah, in the South, too. Down in the Carolinas, I go into the Walmart. We go to Walmarts a lot down there. I like the Walmarts in the South.
Why?
They have
because you can get married there, too, probably.
Yeah,
they have a chapel.
And if you fight over the dish soap, you could probably get divorced in aisle 5. I don't know. But no, they have more things than we have here. I think more, and I saw something bizarre a number of years ago. They had a bank of soda machines outside, I guess they don't want the people. 99 cents for like a 16-ounce soda. Now, I'm not really a big soda drinker. Occasionally, I'll imbibe a little, especially if it has bourbon in it. But
it helps.
It helps. But 99 cents, like, geez, water up here is $4 a bottle.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, there's some things in the South, and the people are nicer in the Walmarts in the South. The staff, I mean, very helpful. I've had very good luck down there.
Okay, so, they don't just say, go to that register, go to that register. Go to that. They don't do that, right?
Point and sneer, yeah. No, it's very good.
You have to go earlier in the day when they're friendly. You don't go later. You don't go 3 o'clock in the afternoon at any Walmart. No, because they're not friendly. They've had it by that time.
You know what? I went the other day on Friday at like 4 o'clock. And I went to the one that was closest to me. And you know why? Because all the mothers are already scooping the kids up after doing after school stuff. They're not in the store.
You went to the one on Hempstead Turnpike?
No, I actually went to one in Uniondale first because it's closer. Then I went to the one on Hempstead Turnpike second and struck out. And when I came home and walked in the door, my wife says, "What?" And I said, "That's an hour and a half of my life I'm not going to get back thanks to you." And she's like, "What did I do?" I'm like, "You told me to go to Walmart. If that one didn't work, go to the other one." I said, "Now I got to go fire up the computer and order it online like I wanted to." And that's what I did.
And that's what you did.
And now, like I said, half the order came. So I'm ordering oil, brake fluid. She goes, "Oh, by the way, order me these sneakers while you." I'm like, "All right, why not? What else do you need?" So, like I said,
I need this plant. I need this tennis racket.
Right.
I need this chair.
Yeah. So that order will be complete today, and then
very good. I'm glad to hear that.
Well, Mike has done that. I talked about that. He's done that at the shop. I mean, one day, it was a couple of years ago. I'm working in the shop, and Ronnie says, "This guy dropped off something. You order something?" I'm like, "What did I order? I'm just working here." "I don't know, big box." Like, all right. So I go and I cut it open, and there's like 4 gallons of antifreeze, 3 gallons of brake fluid, and I'm like, what the? Mike had ordered it from the shop and delivered it to our place in Oceanside. I said, that's smart. And he says, yeah, you buy it online. It's the price is great, and they deliver free delivery.
Yep.
So
I have gotten my transmission fluid for both of the cars, for the Explorer and the Mazda, delivered.
Sure.
In a box, transmission fluid, and because it's easier to do that than to buy it at any auto parts store. And I hate to say that, because you want to support your local store. You want to do it. But when you're on a budget, I mean, I paid for that gasket. Now, we're not talking about big numbers here, but I paid double what I would have paid online. But the problem was I didn't know if I was going to get the right thing online.
How much was the gasket?
It was like $14.
Ooh, baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I have one of those hanging on my pegboard.
You probably do.
It's a spare from something, but yeah.
Yeah, but it was the 3-inch hole.
Right.
It was the wide 2-stud.
Yeah.
The studs were like 1.5 inches away from the hole.
Right.
It was just a really unique look. Mind you, there's a boatload of them online, but they're all different sizes. And I'm like, I'm not going to get this thing in pieces and then I get it delivered the next day and I look at it, go, wrong one.
Well, good luck with the drilling, because that is going to be your major hurdle right there is getting that stuff drilled out. And then
you'll be hearing me.
Use subsequent drills, and then you can, if you have easy outs, you can maybe try, or just keep drilling until you can get a bolt to pass through.
That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I'm literally going to do that.
Probably
You had given
like
me many years ago, you had given me a whole box of bolts.
Oh yeah.
And believe me, I have
my neck. They were like I was trying to get the right size, and those are the off cast. Yeah,
bright green. I know.
Right.
That's why I never understood why they were all bright green. But yeah, I was exactly.
Right. It's a spare. So we keep it here in the studio in case my head falls off.
You got to check this out.
Make it quick because we're wrapping now. Kim's gonna be coming in,
so I'm going to be using those bolts on the truck.
We will update you next week on Chris's saga. We have 2 hours to do it. So until then, MotorMouth Radio off the air on 90.3 WHPC. What do I tell the people waiting for me in the parking lot, Chris?
Don't follow us home and don't argue about car soap. Just use Palmolive.
We'll be back next week for a 2-hour fundraiser on MotorMouth Radio, 90.3 WHPC. See you then. Bye.
See you, bye. Thank you both for listening.